Is the Canon RF 100 to 500L lens the ultimate telephoto lens for 2025? Let's find out. My name is Andrew and this is Parts in Tech, where we review some of the world's most popular electronics, tools, and appliances. Today we're talking about Canon's L-Series 100 to 500 millimeter telephoto lens. This thing is an absolute beast. We're gonna be reviewing exactly who it's for, who it's not for, some of the pros and even some of the cons, and some of its downfalls as well. Starting off with build quality, this lens feels solid. It feels very, very good. Anything down here from the, the exposure, customizable exposure, ring knob thing feels very high quality, very sturdy. The focus ring right here feels very, very smooth, very good there. All the buttons and switches here feels great. As you can see, they all work great, feel great, look great. Standard kind of Canon build quality here. You've got, you can adjust your smoothness right there on this ring as well. And then you've got your zoom right here, that is what that adjusts right there. Great lens if you are doing maybe aviation photography, bird photography, wildlife photography. Would be a great lens for portraits as well. Kind of like a little bit further away there. Great for sports, great for football, baseball, anything along those lines. Anything that you need that extra reach up to 500. The great thing about this is that it's Canon's new RF mount. So it's going to work on all of the Canon mirrorless cameras rather, and it's very compact. Honestly, it's about the size of my 70 to 200 millimeter f2.8 lens. So it's a fairly compact lens. Now it is an f4.5 to 7.1, so it's going to be a variable f-stop lens. So as you zoom in, you're going to be getting a darker image. So just keep that in mind, which most of the time for people using this lens, you're going to be outdoors or in a well-lit arena, and you won't have too many issues with lighting. But keep that in mind. If you do plan on using this in a darker environment, you will need some additional light if you don't have it already. So again, this is going to be a great lens for somebody who is an outdoor photographer. It's very fast. The autofocus is very fast here on this lens. It does have image stabilization, 3 different modes of image stabilization to be exact. And as you can see, maybe right there as it zooms in, there we go. It does have great image stabilization, which most of the Canon RF cameras are going to have internal image stabilization as well. So very, very stable image, which means you can shoot it handheld. It is kind of weather resistant, dust resistant. I would not take it out in a rainstorm, but it does work well, even if it is drizzling outside. Again, wouldn't take it outside in the pouring rain, but does a great job in a lot of different environments. So between all that and its super high speed autofocus that's extremely, extremely quiet, it's a great lens. The only really cons I can think of is if you're looking for a wide angle lens, it's not going to be the lens for you. It is a little bit heavy. It's going to be heavier than your 70 to 200, but again, you get that extra 200 to 500 reach. So it's incredibly impressive there. Build quality is impeccable. Standard L, red ring Canon lens build quality feels great. Not hardly any downsides that I can think of. I've really tried to come up with some for this lens, but it's really difficult to do. It's a great lens. It's a great all-around lens. It's for somebody who's willing to spend that little bit of extra money to get that extra reach with that, from 200 to 500 as opposed to the 70 to 200. So great lens, and I highly recommend it.